Hey everyone, good, well, not morning anymore, afternoon. Today, I'm going to show you guys the trail damage from my recent trip to Windrock. I know I've posted a few shorts on it. I didn't get as much footage as I would have liked. It was just me and my mom, and she's not able to really get out and record a tremendous amount due to age. And I did end up getting stuck. I posted a recent video of me doing the walk of shame to start rigging up. During that recovery, I did end up winching myself into a worse spot, which, basically I was, because more or less there was a big rock that when I started winching, rather than going over it, I ended up pushing the rock, and it ended up jamming itself between me and my drag link. And then when I tried to back up, I ended up turtling myself. So I ended up using every recovery trick in the book I knew. I ended up finally stacking rocks and was able to, after, rocking my, many attempts back and forth, rocking the wheel, I was finally able to get unturtled, and then I was able to move the rock. It was a big rock. It was probably a good 300 pounds, and I'm not the strongest dude in the world, but I'm not weak either, and it took a lot for me to move that rock, especially because at one point it was just jammed between my tie rod and then another bigger rock that was actually in the ground. But anyway, finally got out and was relatively damage free. But I'm gonna finally, I got the Jeep all cleaned up ish. After the trip, I got all the mud off of it. It's still a little dirty, but I didn't do a deep clean on it since it's supposed to rain this week. So anyway, let's dive in and see what the damage is. Just a little bit of finish worn off on my fair lead, so that's to be expected when you're using a winch. And then let's go ahead and get under here. You can see there was some pretty gnarly scratches on my drag link, and then my tie rod actually, and then some more on the drag link. Like I said, when I winched myself, that's where the rock ended up shoved. So I am really lucky that I didn't end up snapping something, especially since this is a Dana 30, so it's not super strong. Then over here, you can see it's a little dented and scraped up where I was scraping on a rock. That's the reason I had to winch to begin with. These things, I had enough clearance in here, but these things were hanging down so low that I wasn't able to actually, clear it. And these are actually part of the frame. So I could chop them. I'm not sure if I might one day. I've been avoiding doing that because I don't like these two things hanging down, especially now that I know they're prone to being hung up. But also at the same time, if I ever wanted to put on a factory style bumper, like if I ever for whatever reason got rid of this Jeep and wanted to keep the bumper, then once these are gone, that's all she wrote. I could, in theory, have them welded back on, but that's not really cost effective. But anyway, so let's keep going. So rock rash on the rims and there. So those KMC 729s that are not cheap, but I bought them for that reason. And more rock rash here, and more rock rash, and more rock rash, Getting underneath the Jeep again. Another, that's metal, that's not dirt. Yeah, I need to get in there and file that off one day. So, rock rush there. And then, let's see if there's any, I don't see any on the diff. I am 90% sure there's some on the front diff, because I hit it at one point. I got more rock rush. Rock rush. I think there might be a dent there. And then more scrapage right here. That's a skid plate. I'm not 100% sure what that's covering, but it's another skid plate. Let's see here. Got some scrapage here on the cross member that protects my transmission. And let's keep going. A little bit of scrapage on the exhaust. A little bit there. And then I have any on, yeah, a little scrapage right there on the, what is that, the four-wheel drive actuator for the for my diff. I have some decent scrapage right there, and some more on the bottom of that pumpkin. So definitely proud, definitely proud of the trail rash. This is what the Jeep was designed for, and I didn't want to, buy it and be a mall crawler. And so far, hasn't been. Started off small, and I've been building my way up, and now I'm at 6 out of 10 trails, and I'm gonna keep upgrading it as we go along. So it's right now I'm working my way towards, eventually I want to get some 37s, and then maybe a rear locker one day instead of that limited slip, which the limited slip's been pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, have a little bit more right there. A little bit more scrapage. So basically, if it was hanging low, it got hit, but drove straight and true on the way home. So yeah, anyway, that's the report for the trail damage, and it's overall, no actual damage, just all cosmetic stuff and skid plates, control arms, cross members, that sort of thing. So I'm not worried about the underside of my bumper. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I'll have another off-roading trip soon.